मुझसे किसी ने पूछा कि क्या है तेरी खामोशी के पीछे। मैंने कहा, एक दुनिया है मेरे सपनों के नीचे। समझ ना आया इसका मतलब उसे, सोचता रहा वो अपनी आंखें मीचे। फिर कोशिश की जानने की उसने, क्यों है मेरे मन पर ये पर्दे। दोबारा कहा मैंने, ख्वाब वही है जो मुझे तक तन्हे करते। हार कर एक आखिरी सवाल उठाया, कब बोलेगा ढंग से दोबारा। हंसकर मैंने कहा उससे, जब बोलूँगा तब जंगल में शेर की दहाड़ सा गूंज उठेगा ये ब्रह्मांड सारा। With this, I present you my first travel series with the hope of making you see the world through my eyes.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Puru, and welcome to my first travel vlog from the one and only Goa. So I'm in North Goa right now, and this entire series is gonna be about North Goa and some parts of Panjim probably. So I think there is a false perception in the mind of many people that North Goa is the party capital of India. That anyone who comes to the North Goa, to the north part of Goa, comes here to party. However, in this travel series, I'm here to prove that North Goa has a lot more to offer than just party clubs. It is a very rich place historically and culturally speaking. So stay tuned for the entire series, and I hope you like it.
The first destination of the day was Morjan Beach. Morjan is located about 25 to 28 kilometers from the capital, that is Panjim. Buses ply regularly. You can hire a taxi or rent an Activa and drive all the way to Morjan. Morjan is also known as the Little Russia of India, as there are usually a huge amount of Russian settlements in this place. However, during the course of the pandemic, not many foreigners were to be seen in the entire of Goa. Morjan Beach is also known as the breeding ground for the olive ridley sea turtles. The breeding season is usually from June to December, and if you're lucky enough, you will see a huge amount of eggs and olive ridley sea turtles at the Morjan Beach.
Right, so the first stop of the day is Chapora Fort, and apart from the historic fact that Dil Chata Hai wo shot here, a brief snippet of what actually happened, of how this fort came into existence. So the ruler called Adil Shah made this fort in the first place. Then the Portuguese, captured this fort, captured entire Goa from under the rule of Adil Shah. Then, for a brief period of time, when Akbar wanted to defeat the Portuguese, uh, this fort acted as a base for him basically when he joined hands with the Marathas to take over Goa. Now, the views from here are amazing, as you can probably see in the footage. Uh, the views are absolutely amazing. However, do not make the same mistake as I did. Do not wear slippers and come here because the trek is pretty steep, and it's actually really difficult to do it in slippers.
Not many people know that the Chapora fort was originally known as the Shahpura fort after the ruler Adil Shah. However, the Portuguese could not pronounce the name Shahpura properly. Therefore, over a period of time, Shahpura got converted into Chapora. Chapora Forts is one of the best places in North Goa if you want a place where you can just sit and chill with your friends and family. However, you must keep in mind that the best place during the day to visit this fort is in the morning, late afternoon, and evening, because at that particular period of time, the sun would not be directly over your head and you would actually be able to sit there and enjoy the pleasant weather and the cold breeze.
The beach that you actually see in the distance is the Vagator and the Anjana beach. There's also something called as the Chapora Jetty, where you can engage in water sports activities such as parasailing and jet skiing and all sort of that stuff. So the views from here are absolutely amazing, as you would have seen. And I think it's obviously worth a shot coming here when if you're in North Goa. The second destination of the day is Vagator Beach. You would have heard about this beach already. The This is where the famous Sunburn Festival actually happens. The beach is pretty crowded right now. I take back my words that I said earlier that Goa is not crowded. However, I would be taking you all to a few beaches that are not so crowded at this time of the year in a couple of days. So stay tuned for the same, and I'll show you a few clippings of the Vagator beach.
The Vagator Beach is one of the prime locations to visit in North Goa. It is also known for the famous Sunburn Festival that takes place here every year. Vagator Beach is divided into two parts, that is, the Big Vagator and the Mini Vagator. The Mini Vagator is also known as the Ozran Beach. The Ozran Beach is usually less crowded than the Big Vagator. It was at the Vagator Beach that I had my first taste of Goan cuisine. There is this restaurant called the Olives also at the Vagator Beach which offers amazing view of both the Ozran and the Big Vagator Beach. Be sure to check it out.
So just out for lunch at Vagator Beach itself. The shacks are all open. You can stay there for as long as you want. Have food, have Goan cuisine. They have all kinds of food available: North Indian, South Indian, all continental dishes. Especially the Goan cuisine that I tried is really nice. You should definitely check out the prawns and the crabs that they have to offer. So I'll see you at the next destination now. We're headed to a place called the Baga Creek. That's somewhere near the Baga beach itself, but way less crowded supposedly. So let's go and check that out. Alright, so that what you see in the background right now is the Baga beach, and it is extremely crowded and there is no care for social distancing whatsoever. However, despite all that, it looks pretty. Now just imagine how everything would look without the people, without, lesser of the people. This path leads to the Baga's Creek, or some people would like to call it Mini Baga. So I'll take you there and show you what it's all about. See you there. Bye bye. This, my friends, is the Baga's Creek, or some people like to call it Mini Baga, and it's absolutely worth it. The views here are amazing. There are no people whatsoever. I guess this is one of those spots that is still hidden in Goa. You should definitely come out here if you're in North Goa. 10 on 10 recommended, absolutely. I've been sitting here at Mini Baga for about an hour now, and I must say it is the best experience that I have had in my life on a beach. It's just the right amount of people, just the perfect setting, the sound of the waves slapping against the rocks, the sand in my feet right now. I can't explain it in words properly, but it's the best. If you're in Goa, definitely you have to check this place out. Bye bye. The final destination of the day was the Lower Aguada Fort. There's not much to say about this place, but the views here are practically one of the best that you can see in Goa. This was my first travel vlog, and if you have watched it till here right now, thank you so much. Leave your suggestions down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video that's gonna be out next week. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.